Hey viewers, welcome back to the Noob Guide for Noobs. Today we are going to demonstrate how to play certain champions. Well, actually one particular champion. I'm going to do it in practice because it allows me to kind of show more. Yeah, we're going to do a practice arena game. And we're going to go with my favorite champion for now, which is Ymir. And even though he is not my most played champion at the moment, we are going for Ymir and we're going to just watch and see how he plays. So what do we need to do with him? Also, what items are useful? A little bit of that at least. Most of the items though are very situational specific. So it depends on who you are. So what kind of play style you have. Also who you're up against, how you're doing, how your team is doing, and kind of what is necessary. I mean, if you're up against physical damage, then you build other things than if you are up against magical damage. However, some items will always be necessary and they will always come in unless you're doing something really crazy that is so far off the beaten path that you kind of, yeah, don't need any guide anyway. I mean, if you're going to build Face Punch Ymir, which is just a damage Ymir with unhit effects, or you're going to build full damage Ymir, yeah, that's not how you normally play Ymir, but you can play him like that. It's just that, yeah, it's not really a good way to go. So we are here with Anhur and Naja. I don't really intend to get kills today, but I'm just going to show you how you can get kills with Ymir. Not on Ymir, but other people will get kills by your hard work. And that is basically how Ymir plays. Because Ymir is a, well, very supporty guy, and basically that's all there is to it. So first of all, we are going to go to the shop, which is opened by by the way. I don't know why it's I, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be your main source of, well, harassment. Blink level 3, don't get combat blink because as you can see 180-second cooldown, whereas this has a 45-second cooldown. Problem is though, after you get hit, it takes 3 seconds for you to actually be able to do something. Your second active, because you have 2, can be either like Girdle of Might if you're doing really well, or it can be Hand of the Gods if you're in Conquest and you want to have some extra jungle potential. Creeping Curse if you have trouble, well, then especially the, oh, that's this one, sorry. The Weakening Curse. If you're having trouble with healers, because it reduces healing by 100%, which is excellent. Shell can be useful. Shell is protection for you and your allies. This is not the right one. This is the right one. Shell of Absorption. It gives plus 45 protection to all allies in a certain area, of course. And damage is reduced. So it's excellent. Aegis Amulet could come in handy sometimes. It reduces damage, obviously, because it's an invulnerability for up to 2 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 2 seconds. The first one's 1 second, 1.5, 2 seconds. And yeah, I guess beats would be, so the yeah, I'm having some trouble here with lag apparently. Purification beads can also be useful. They're not really used normally on Ymir. Hand of the Gods, by the way, can be turned into Fist of the Gods, which gives you an extra stun, which can be very useful if you're trying to get rid of the bubble. I forgot what it's called. Let me see. The Magi's Blessing, and then I guess this one, the Magi's Blessing. So that one gives you a bubble that only can be popped by hard, well, by stuns basically, by hard crowd control. And you, well, you only have one of those and you want to land that. So yeah, you can get a second one if you get Hand of the Gods into Fist of the Gods. It is pretty effective that way. Also, Eye of Providence can be useful sometimes. It is a ward item, so it produces ward, and in Conquest it can be very useful. All of the rest, so Shard, Meditation, those are not useful Also, the other paths. So, Hand of the Gods can still be useful. The Girdle of Might, of course, you're going to go for this one, the Girdle of Support, because the Girdle of Inner Power is for you alone, and you don't do damage. So, Sprint, Teleport to Towers, those are all kind of very situational when you might actually buy them, but in general, they're not good. So, Mark of the Vanguard would normally be a very good starter item. Boomba's Mask is a jungle item, so unless you're going jungle, don't buy that. Vampiric Shrouds, yeah, killing an enemy restores health and mana. You're never going to kill an enemy. No, you don't get to farm. Watcher's Gift, however, is a good item, so you might want to consider that as a starter. So that would be from the normal items. Then offensive items. Your basic offensive items would be Obsidian Shard if you're doing really well and then really late in the game. So don't buy that if you're not doing well. Voidstone, and especially the Voidstone, so not the focused Voidstone, is good because it gives you magic protection. It gives you some magical power, which makes that your skills do a little more damage. But especially this is so important, it reduces the magical protection of enemies within a radius. And that means that you're going to be able to support your magic allies by reducing magic protections. So your magic damage allies are going to be able to do more damage because you have Voidstone. And that is just excellent. So for the rest, yeah, I guess a similar thing can be said for Pythagorean's piece. It gives magic power, magical lifesteal to allies, but it's not really that good. Then for the rest, yeah, unless you're going for some really strange builds, the rest is all crap. As I said, Obsidian Shard might still be useful. Divine Ruin might be. There are situations where you might want to go for that because it reduces healing, but the way better option there is to go for the active that I already mentioned, the Creeping Curse into this one, the Weakening Curse. And you have 5 seconds to kill people without them being able to heal. That should be enough. I mean, if you can't kill them in 5 seconds, you have the wrong team. So, second then, attack speed. None of these items are good for you. Maybe in situations where you go up against a lot of physical protection, physical damage, maybe Witchstone can be useful. So, but that's a situational item. So if you go up against 3 physical damage carries that are doing really well, Witchstone is your way to go because it reduces enemy attack speed by 15%, and that is very, very, very good. It also reduces physical power, but that's really beside the point. It is for the reduction in damage on your allies. So it's an AoE item that reduces that. Lifesteal then. Yeah, none of these are very useful. Polynomicon, if you want to go for damage, Polynomicon is probably your best bet. It gives you some extra damage. Divine Rune already said. But Polynomicon, not a standard item. If you're doing really well and your team needs your damage in addition to their own damage, this would be good. It adds 75 damage to every... it adds 75 damage every second attack, basically. Every 2 seconds you can get one, and you have plenty of skills that you can spam. So you can get a lot more damage out of this. It also gives lifesteal. It's pretty good, actually, but it's not a standard item. So then penetration, as I said, Obsidian Shard, if you're doing well, should be your last item because it helps you do more damage. Well, basically help the team that way. If you're not doing well, your last item should be a defensive item, just like all your other items. And Voidstone, already said, never get focused Voidstone unless you're the only magic damage dealer in the team, but you never should be. Get this Voidstone, so the Voidstone, because it helps out your allies. Then this is where you live. So as Ymir, these are your items. Mark of the Vanguard, as I said, a very, very useful early game item. Definitely something you should consider. Greaves, those are your boots. And normally you would take these, but you can also have situations where you want the crowd control reduction. Then, yeah, Magi's Blessing, I already said, it reduces, or it gives you the bubble, but the protections are kind of lame. Even plus 35, plus 35, that's just crap sauce. Your main item is going to be this one, by the way. Sovereignty, that is definitely an item you want. It protects your whole team. Um, it increases their magic and physical protections by 20, which is huge. Also, Mystical Mark can be useful. Hide of Leviathan, only if you're doing really poorly. Yeah, I would recommend this one instead of this one. 20% reduction in all crowd control durations. Yeah, you already have these boots that can turn into crowd control reduction, but it's not that great. The protection for God Kill or Assist is way better. So this one, yeah, you can go for it every now and then. This one, if you're doing well, but you still want to be tanky. I mean, you always want to be tanky, but it gives you a large boost in protections, but it also gives you some magical power. So it can be good. Breastplate of Valor, yeah, only if you are having problems with your cooldowns, but normally you shouldn't have that as a problem. Now this is a very situational item. It's a slow when people hit you with basic attacks. Yeah, it's not very good. However, there are situations where you would want that. Hide of the Nemean Lion, definitely situations where you would want that. It is a very good item. It reflects damage back to your attackers. But normally, yeah, it shouldn't be your highest priority. However, if you're up against physical damage dealers, this is the way to go. Witchstone I already said, against physical damage. And Magi's Blessing, yeah, situational item. You rarely ever go for this one though. You normally go for this one. It absorbs a stun, and that can be very good in situations, but it's very situational. So your main items are Mark of the Vanguard, Greaves, Witchstone in, well, when you're having trouble. Sovereignty, always. Sovereignty should always be like, next to your boots should be your main item. Probably before your boots, because it is just that good. Anyhow, magical defense then. Once again, Mark of the Vanguard, Greaves, Magi's Blessing, I already discussed that. Talkena's Ring, don't go for that. Pestilence, yeah, there are very few situations where this is actually useful. Stone of Gaia, sure, it's a decent item, especially the Gem of Gaia. It increases mana regeneration. If you're having trouble with that and you need something there, then this might actually be good. However, the 70 magic protection is just so good. The Stone of Gaia is very nice, the Gem of Gaia is also very nice, but it's not a major item that you would want to get. Voidstone, already said, just go for the normal Voidstone, not the Focus Voidstone. Then Idol of Concentration, yeah, it's good sometimes. Hide of Leviathan definitely can be good. I already discussed that because it's also in the physical protection. And then Bulwark of Hope. This is your magic defense item. This is the one you want. It gives you a shield for 50% health reductions and or damage reductions. Which is just an awesome thing to have. So it is definitely good. It used to be 400 health, but that was a little bit too powerful. So yeah, they don't have that anymore. So health then. Yeah, basically all of these items are completely useless to you, except for the ones that also have physical or magical protection, like Hide of the Nemean Lion. You don't need this, or Bulwark of Hope, Sovereignty. They all have that as well. Mystical Mark can come in handy sometimes, but all of the others are basically not for you. They're for other people. Don't shop for health. Never get items that increase your health like this. So this one, you permanently gain +8 health per minion kill. You're not going to get a lot of minions, so it's going to take forever for you to get 50 stacked. And by that time, the game will be over, no matter what game mode you actually play. See, we have only 20 points remaining here. All of these are useless. So all of the HP 5 items are useless. Then all of the other ones, all of these I think I've already discussed. Yes, all of the movements I think I've already discussed. All of these I've already discussed. Yeah, they're all either useless or I already mentioned them. These I all discussed. Soul Reaver can be a very nice item if you're trying to troll people because it does a lot of damage for just one item. And yeah, if you're really doing super duper hyper well, Rod of Tahuti might be an item you want to consider, but normally, no, you don't want to go for that. Anyway, let's win this game, and I guess I will see you later because I am going to call it a day for now. See you next time. GG.